Hello? Oh, now my microphone is working. Sorry about that. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Sorry I haven't been streaming much. I was a bit busy with real life stuff. Also, I got my second shot and I was totally dead from it. And I couldn't get myself up to stream. I wanted to rest my body properly. So the last time we were stuck in court trying to protect that rich guy. And today we're continuing that. We're trying to, what was it? Convince the, not witnesses, but those 6 people on the stand. Think of them as innocent, or at least not guilty. Because I don't remember what they exactly said, we'll go through it again. There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. I trust the driver, he has an excellent memory it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence. 20 pence. He stuck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen. That's a total lie, basically. No one saw that. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. This doesn't say anything. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised our price above 4 pence for 4 years. So this means statement number 5 and I think number 2 are contradicting each other, so we'll pit them against each other. Scoundrel stepping that poor man on the floor. Oh wait, it beggars belief. Alright, let's do this. Pit this one because 4 pence per person would mean for 4 people that it would count up to 16. And that wouldn't fit, you know? Oh, Fragilitus. Thank you for the follow. Hope you enjoy. What was it? Pit. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm not too sure what I'm doing. It might be also completely wrong what I'm doing. Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other. They do? Explain yourself, counsel. Me? Oh dear, what have I said? You don't even remember? I swear on Silver's Blaze main and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about. According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question, and according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right, I have those precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also taught us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence. That it is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be operated. That's actually pretty nice. But that doesn't add up at all. In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts. Why, man? Why? 4 passengers paying 4 pence each, if you do the multiplication. Yes. It would be 16 pence. Correct. Exactly, as I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact, or precisely 1 person's fare. 1 person's fare? Yes, in other words, sorry about my terrible voice. I think it's even worse than usual because I forgot all the voices. Yes, in other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible. There was another passenger we've heard nothing about. Good gracious! This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, and one and all, trustworthiness is our watchword. Figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy. I beg your pardon? Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if his trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that He lets nefarious characters ride his omnibus. He's shocked. Alright, man, how do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end, hmm? Retract your fire? We use fire to weigh the guilty votes and the innocent votes. Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of a set of scales. Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and... Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo. Wow, these guys really are just doing whatever they want, huh? Ah, it's all very irritating. Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same. Oh, you do? I thought the maid would be against us, but she's actually pretty neutral. Oh, I see the seat in the background shows where the color they voted. For the love of Mike, not you as well! A penny can be the difference between a smile and a tear after all. Oh yeah, as a maid she knows about it. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters. Oh really? I for one think it's only proper that we hear from the witnesses again. Thank you, mate! Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto, you did it! If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue. 2 more, okay. Actually, there's something else that's bothering me about a couple of their searches. Where is? Man, that's where you must strike next. We need to pit 2 more jurors against each other, show there's a contradiction they're searching. Exactly! You can do it! Thank you! Well, the scale of justice has shifted, but they still weigh heavy on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination. Okay, so we got 1, and that means we should save. Because everything we do will cost us something. And I'm more of a safe player then. And just go by it. No one else inside the carriage at the time, so it has to have been him. So this is also a new contradiction with what we have now. Okay, so we can't use this, I think. Stuck with chap next to him just like this. Brazen, I say absolutely brazen. I've simply typed and collated all the statements made this far and drawn the... Okay, she doesn't say anything. Stepping on the floor. Okay, this is perfect. She says it's on the floor. And this guy says he stuck with Chapados next to him. So that's a contradiction. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory. What? Explain, counsel, post haste. Oh dear me. I was only knitting a jumper for my other half. Oh, she has a husband. What is all this claptrap? What does contradictory even mean, I ask you? Why are you even here as a juror when you don't even know what's going on here? We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3. What? Can't you see that I'm busy here? Oh, the pool table. This one is very expensive, you know? Don't just scratch it. How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it? Ha! Want to test me, do you? Oh my god, lady on the right, are you okay? It was like this, stuck with fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like a prim banker said. That's what a banker said, okay. Yes. That was Mr. Fairplay's testimony, quite true. Oh, he's got a good memory. Unlike a certain Japanese one. Now then, juror number 6. Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man? How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam? Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it, it was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so. Now, don't move. Take a look at these two jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. I see, that's because one person saw him pulling out the knife or trying to, and the other guy actually saw maybe the moment of his stab. Maybe that's why they're contradictory, you know? Well, never. They're stabbing in totally different directions. What? It's my stitches. Oh no, this is the wrong voice. What a muddle. What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth. Oh. But why? Why the dickens would they lie? I don't know that yet, but what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never know. We may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Reading is hard, guys. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, can you really let that happen in all good conscience? Lies, you say? Dear me. That was quick. I can't abide people telling lies. Okay, she's cute. She's cute. She's a cute grandma. Oh, it's neutral. Oh, that's pretty cool, this function. The scales. I don't believe it. Ha! Dracula boy. Wait! Now here is my fellow jurors, I warn you, you cannot listen to this man. Look at him in his black suit, he's clearly some devious Eastern sorcerer using magic on us all. Where are you? Okay, to be fair, it's in the past, so stuff like witches and stuff might still be in their minds. If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all of this? True. Answer me this, Dark Jinx. Dark Jinx? But me? What exactly is the problem? What of it if the two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events? What of it? What do you mean? Let's say the Shylock did stab a victim as he was sat next to him on the omnibus, and this young dandy saw him do it. And now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor and then the Shylock stabbed him again. And this old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm? Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why, I should take this knife to you. Why does he have a knife at all in the curd? What was the voice again? Who are you calling old? Why, I should take this needle to you. Oh, wow. Now she's scary. Ugh. We're ready to kill each other now. Oh well, let's calm down. But could the foreman of a jury be right? There were two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? So, I agree that there are two different moments, but they are not the same crime. I assume that the perpetrator stabbed him from the side, while someone else saw the rich guy I'm defending, my defendant, trying to pull the knife out, thinking he stabbed him. So I will say it's out of question for now. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman. What is it, you dark jinx? Come on, out with it. What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of question. But what are you talking about, man? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job. As the foreman of a jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone in the right direction. Are you? You're the foreman? I didn't know that. So, where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see. I say the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. If you say that's out of question, show me some proof. Looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable hard evidence. As you wish. What? I'll give you the proof. It's out of question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime as proven by... I have no idea. I would save autopsy report, but maybe we should check it again. Step 1. Of an hour. Yeah, okay, this is it. Step 1. There's no way this can be denied. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once. Only once? It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time. Which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen 2 different times. Alright, I concede defeat. Oh. I was surprised that he got convinced. I did it! Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty. We've done it, Mr. Naruto. We've won. Well, we actually haven't won yet. We only postponed our, well, next step, I guess. Our doom. What are you playing at, you dandy fool? Shut your trap, sir. No one deceives me. But we had the consensus. I said, shut your trap. I know a lie when I see one. And if a chap ever dares to cross the threshold of my shop, I'll take this razor-sharp blade and shave every last hair off his head. He's licking with knife. That's kind of disgusting. Ew. Yeah, please tell me he's a barber. Well, in a quite remarkable turn of events, the defense summation examination has flipped the balance of the scales of justice. The jurors now stand at 2 for guilty and 4 for not guilty. According, there is no longer a large enough majority among the jury for me to adjudicate, and the trial must continue. Oh yeah! Now, Dracula, let's continue our fight. I hurriedly ask the defense, prosecution, and witnesses to return to their places. And I call upon all of you to continue to pursue the truth. Oh man, this juror, not juror, this judge is... This judge is so good, so different to the Japanese one, who's totally swayed by emotions, mainly. But in the end, he always does the right thing, so I don't mind. So, Lord Van Zieks, continue to substantiate the case for the prosecution, if you please. Wait, he's going to drink wine now? Still? Even though we're continuing? The job isn't done, you know? But at least he's not throwing wine at my face, like coffee guy. Having savored the rich aroma of the carmine contents of his hallowed chalice, it may seem crass to crush it to dust. Pray forgive the discourtesy. Yeah, you're making everything dirty. Lord Van Zieks. Yeah, is it cold here or is it just me? As the antique tome no doubt says, the prosecution may not speak during a summation examination. Oh really? No wonder he didn't say anything. Oh, thanks, Dina. So I honor the deathly silence and listen to the charade. It seems I overestimated the intelligence of a jury. Yeah, you did. Well, no matter. There's nothing so hard to prove as a self-evident truth it would seem. No, and why else would we grace the courtroom with our presence after all? So, let us proceed to the next round of battle. He took off his cape. Bring forth the witnesses once more. Okay, that was... Why did you make it so dramatic? Witnesses. I trust you heard the summation examination we have just had to endure. Oh, yes, sir, that I did, sir. Of course I heard it. Oh, yes, sir, I heard it. You, sir, on the end, the coachman. I believe it's Beppo. Yes, sir, my lord, sir. If it transpires that in your previous testimony, You are attempting to waive the presence of a fifth passenger on your omnibus. You'll be found guilty of perjury. You're advised to bear that in mind, sir. Oh mio Dio. Mio Dio? Now then, witnesses. I hereby call on you to testify before the court again. You will explain the various misgivings brought to our attention by the defense's summation examination. And now it begins. I only carried for 4 passengers that night. I swear, but well, I for one was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus. He fitted us on the fare, he did, and when I saw the blood-curdling sight as well, it's all too much. I tell you, I saw Mr. McGill stabbing that man. Everything I said before stands. Oh yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes. I think so is not good enough, and Kurt. Counsel, make sense of this for me, please. The phantom of a 5th passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend. Eastern friend? Interesting. Never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cousinage. Beppo, explain yourself. I'm terribly sorry, Guildmaster. Yeah, he does. The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board, you know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny the fare? It's so cold and the last run of the day is always half empty. You have been dishonest, coachman. Oh, I'm so sorry. You disgrace, Beppo. A disgrace! And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild. If I may, sir? I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week. That's more than double. Oof. Four passengers at 5 pence each is, yes, 20 pence. Ran the arithmetic 10 times, sorry, but I just can't make the result come out differently. That's how math works, Susato-san. No bad figures. Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgiving has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please. We've already had the pleasure of a protected summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely. He got nervous from it. Oh, it's swords. That's cool. So for now, I think we can just press them as much as we want, right? Well, now let's save here. Yeah. Tell me more. So there were only 4 passengers on your carriage, but you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare. Is that right? It's impossible to make last run of the day pay. I was so cold. It was all I could do to stop myself from passing out. I'm getting the chilblains just listening to you. It was terrible, so I wanted to give myself a pat on the back for even keeping the bus running. He's even cold in this curd. Doesn't the dedicated coachman deserve an extra penny per passenger? You're digging a deeper hole for yourself here. If only there had been a 5th passenger on the omnibus that night, then we would have had another suspect. Well, I for once was told 5 pence. Oh, fuck. I misclicked, sorry. Sorry. Does that mean everyone on board that night paid 5 pence instead of 4? Well, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. A flat fare for 5 pence across the board. It's not something to be proud of. The so-called discrepancy my learned friend identified was nothing of the sort. He looks so disappointed. Much like the phantom killer you so desperately needed, it's gone. Dead and buried. Oh, shut up! I'd have been happy if that ever existed in the first place. No worries, one of you guys are the killer anyways. Right, there was a discrepancy too. The second one. This blood-curdling sight, you mean the murder, I presume? Yes, sir. A loathsome sight. No one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the gent was stabbed. Good gracious, really? We have another witness who did, however. The banker has already testified to it. But Mr. Purse didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed. That may turn out to be very significant. I heard the bank agent next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? That's when I looked through the glass. That's when I saw the horrible blade poking out from his belly, all covered in blood. I see. Every time I see a knife now, I can't help but scream even when I'm eating. You're pretty pathetic, aren't you? No, that's a lie. You only saw his lower body. So you just saw the defendant, Mr. McGill, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him? That's what I said, isn't it? Huh? Why did you stutter? Was bothering me before this was... For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Yes. Anyway, there was only 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? There's been much of a talk of a 5th passenger, but there's yet 0 evidence. And what are we wasting all the time for, eh? It's black and white, the man's guilty. He's very nervous, isn't he? Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars with me. I wish I could work out what it was. Yeah, there's something there. I think so. This guy's completely useless. He's lying and all this stuff. Earlier you testified that you saw the moment when the defender literally stabbed the victim, didn't you? Oh yes, that's right. That's wrong! You weren't front, how would you see it? You're even outside. You said that the victim was on the floor and described the scene and holding the knife in an ice pick grip. I suppose? I might have, you know, yes, put the cart before the horse, maybe. What's this? Well, I'm quite sure I'm sure about most of it. I was driving the horses when I heard a scream from the seat on the roof deck. Oh, I expect that was me, sir. But when I turned around, yes, I saw it through the skylight. The gentleman was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yes, and the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes. This guy is way too exhausting to hear. So in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all? I really thought that I did, but when I go over it again in my head, no, I suppose I didn't actually see the precise moment of a stabbing, did I? Let's pursue it. Do you have something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay? Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh? Are you asking me or telling me? Getting flustered, but why? Maybe he didn't see the exact moment either. I might be able to extract some new information from him if I answer him cleverly. Oh, okay, okay. Let's go over it again. What did he say? History. He didn't really see the exam when the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Okay. Could he have just happened to see the exact moment the crime was committed? I don't think so. Well, it is a little hard to believe, certainly. Unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on the top of the omnibus, that is. Peeping? I'm a respectable city banger, you know? And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you. Sure, tell me. Thank you, Mr. Fairplay. Oh, excuse me if I was getting a little hot under the collar there, my lord. I would ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw. Well, he played himself. Oh, I can't do that, alright? I'll tell you just how grim it was. But that's weird. None of them seem to be guilty. Do you think I forget the sight of his blood-soaked hands after that butcher stabbed the man? Oh boy. You're in for killing. Blood-soaked? Well... perhaps soaked is laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Okay, yeah, that doesn't help me. And you saw that from the roof, through the skylight? Well, the skylight's reasonably large, so I had a pretty good view. And there was a lamp on inside the carriage as well, so I'm quite sure of what I saw. This is Banger's latest statement. I feel for sure there's something not quite right about it. I have evidence that can contradict it. I'll show you in a bit. When you feel something doesn't add up, Mr. Naruto, that's when you should have a good look through a quarter cut. Yes, thank you, Sato-san. Not long ago, this trial very nearly came to an end. Somehow we've managed to keep our chances alive here. Yeah, I'm surprised how the Naruto clan somehow does this every time. I can't waste this cross-examination. I have to use it to bring some new facts to light. If you're not careful when you press these witnesses. The danger is that the jury will end up believing something unhelpful as we did before. Maybe, but we can't let the fear of that happening stop us from uncovering important new information. Yes, you're so right. I need to pay careful attention here. I don't want to miss even a flick of a reaction among these witnesses. Remember, if you happen to spot one of the witnesses reacting in a strange way, don't hesitate to pursue them as to the reason. I already did that, but thanks for the tip. Yeah. We'll just skip to the last one. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to present evidence because he said blood-soaked hands. But this can't be right because we have these gloves. And they are not really blood-soaked, nor they are hands, they are gloves. Why would he say that? Blood-soaked hands? Well, I admit that soak might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there was definitely blood all over them. Both of them were covered in it. Well, I'm very sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's more than a little peculiar. What? Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGill, on the night in question. Oh, yes, right. And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But as I'm sure you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. He's eating his Well, whatever that is. Scepter? In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent. Yeah! But no, that can't be right. So you're a liar here, Ben? Stop eating that, that's not tasty. Please don't stab him. That's right, you were quite clear about it. You said it was both hands. Oh, the poor staff. Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth? Well, his objection always looks so fancy. It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. A simple mistake? But it isn't even blood-soaked. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused. No, Mr. Fairplace categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court. Haha. So needed. Why? Why? I'm a city banger for pity's sake. My word should be the gold standard. Well, you fell down quite a lot, didn't you, Mr. Fairplay? I'm a gentleman, not some gutter snip. Upstanding members of society don't prevaricate. He's claiming to have no reason to lie, but is that really the case? Mr. Naruhodo, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, could turn over Titan this trial completely. Something to show this man has compelling reason to lie in his testimony. I have evidence. We found the evidence in the last stream. My lord? Yes, counsel. The defense is ready to present evidence. By Jove, are you sure? Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had a reason to lie in his testimony. Very well. A hair will call on the defense to present its evidence. The evidence that demonstrates a motive for the witness' alleged deception occurred. So I don't think I even need to say for this. In the last stream we got this, what was it? This notebook, debtor's letter from Bruce Fairplay. Oh wait, from Mr. What was his name? McLean or something? And Fairplay is one of the people who own debt to him. So he has a reason to lie. And that's the evidence we're going to present. Well, McGilded, yeah, thank you. This is the list of debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims, crippled by the accused's extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name. Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Ho 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 ho. What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused? No, well... it's barely worthy of being called a debt. According to this letter, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say? Well, what of it? Let's suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case? These documents state that the loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, were the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to a capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist? Oh yeah, right. I think getting in debt in Japan is also pretty terrible, isn't it? Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never saw in fact? And did this attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant? Gag. I think so. We're not like Americans who like loans and credit cards. Oh yeah, right. Americans really like loans. Order? Order! Order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay. Yes, my lord? Let me ask you again, and be aware that your answer may have the most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim? Well, you better not lie now. Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright, now let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch, he says. A pinch. But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGill's hands, both of them. And yet only one of the defendant's glove, which we have here as evidence, is stained. So you keep saying... I wonder if I might be allowed to speak, sir. Go ahead, Mr. First. Well, the thing is, I think I remember seeing it myself as it happens. Seeing what? The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one. What? Are you okay? Do you know scared? It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all of you witnesses. This time, I would like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear? Yarks? Mr. Naruto, is it good news? The curse of the trial seems to have shifted slightly at last. Yes! I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. I don't think Dracula Boyd lets us do that. What was it? Zeets? The prosecutor? There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say that I didn't see the exact moment of the stabbing transpired, if that matters. Yes, it matters! It matters a lot! I remember seeing the knife and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with the blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, no, not until I heard that scream. Anyway, the fact remains, there can't be anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. No, you wouldn't have seen it. You can only see one side from the sky thingy. Well, lo and behold. In truth of fact, none of you was witness to the crucial moment of crime was perpetrated. I apologize, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside the carriage and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. No, it's not. That's really not what the testimony is about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's account. In other words, there is no substantial nor significant change in the facts of the case. So you say? Not yet. Very well. Your cross-examination, please, counsel. Yes, my lord. I don't think we even need to press this, to be honest. But we'll just do it anyway. Any good information is important. No, the evidence tells us otherwise. With the gloves of the defendant was wearing the knife in question in the court record. I'm well aware of that, sir, but nevertheless, I know what I saw and I stand by it. The man had blood on both of his hands. He's defiant, even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit that he might be mistaken about what he saw, but why? Because it's not Mr. McGilded. Your reasoning is dire. Shut up! But Zeke's one hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the grim crime, the victim's blood dripped guiltily from the accused fingers. However, I suppose to make sure that I didn't see the exact moment transpired. But yes, it matters. It matters a lot. Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the exact moment of a crime, it's a matter of fundamental importance as well, you know. But for crying out loud, we all know that no one else could possibly have done it. I was just trying to save us all some time. You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with a defendant, do you not? Had you hoped to release yourself from a financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty? Well... that's not entirely not what I was hoping for. I just lost a little guinea or 10 when I backed the wrong horse in Derby, that's all. I was going to win it all back. There's fixture this weekend, that's a sure thing. This guy is a total lost case. A little guinea or 10? I'm a banker, no one bets an eye if I borrow a little spending money for the weekend. No, they will totally kick you out after this. I think you may have revealed rather more about your character than you bargained for, sir. This witness' scruples are not on trial here. Proceed to the next witness. Is that really how it's supposed to work? I guess so. Okay, this might help us. Because he said attacker, but he didn't say McGilded. You definitely saw that too? Blood on both hands? Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. McGilded's gloves has any signs of blood on it. That's right. But the thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGilded sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir. He wasn't wearing these gloves? That's correct, sir, and I saw the blood on both of his bare hands quite clearly. It's true that the dark-colored stain on the dark leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGilded's gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands? This is puzzling indeed. This must be significant somehow, I'm sure of it. It is, but how the fuck am I going to use it? Yeah, you're useless. You didn't see anything? Oh yes, sir, that is to say, no sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. It was very wrong of me to make up stories and say I saw him stab a man. Wouldn't you agree, sir? I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories. Still, to say you saw nothing isn't right. Isn't right either, is it? No, sir. I saw nothing at all. What do you mean, nothing? Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. At the very least, you must have enjoyed a good view of... No, what are you saying, you idiot? You must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? Oh, please. You didn't even see that? It was so cold that night, you see, it was all I could do to keep from passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen solid, sorry to say, sir. This guy's really useless, you know? This guy couldn't even think. And he was driving around 4 passengers. What would have happened if there was an accident? It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service on London's cold winter nights. I agree, Van Zeeks, for once. Beppo! Oh, poor guy. Anyway, the fact remains there can't have been anyone else inside that character. Well, or we all would have seen. Maybe you can do something with that. And everything you saw of the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus. That's right. It was fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over. Oh yes, I remember I was shivering. It was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place. Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin. Oh, why not? It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door. It was locked? That's right, it's a public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play. Yes, I had exactly the same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off. So I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below. Well, I can assure you, I wasn't just looking down, I was glaring long and hard. And that's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence. But if there was anyone else at all in that cabin, I would have noticed. What the frick is that word? Unequivocal, I would say. I'm not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? I don't think so. Because when you look through the skylight, you always have an angle because the window is too small. So you can only see a part of, well, the people and what's inside there. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. You were riding this omnibus. I'm not smart, I'm just observant, I guess. When it comes to games only. And witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight on the floor of the upper deck, is that right? That's right, yes. In that case, there's a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight for you. What? By jolly, really? By jolly? I haven't heard that expression for a long time. Obviously, at this stage we can't say for sure. But the possibility cannot be denied. That at the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Enough hypothetic and endearing, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of a crime is here in the flesh. Very well, I will uphold the prosecution's demand. Huh? You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus. Where exactly in the omnibus are you suggesting Are you suggesting that this potential extra passengers could have been situated? I guess here? They were here, I think, so he could have sitting here because we look down to this side and can't see much. Well, let's just try it. Both rows of seats on the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means this is a part of this cabin which passengers on the roof deck can see through the skylight. It's as I've drawn here. Oh, he's really good in math if you can draw that. Maybe he studied math, but I don't think so. That's right, my lord, as you can see. The seat opposite the one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from the view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible that these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. God. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. He He's always so fancy. Stop it. You remind me of French people. You Nipponese have been a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity. The sad thing is he's even right about their whole language is like that. What? That he's French? Yeah, because French have that kind of, you know, fancy image. I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In the British Court of Law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. I don't think I can. How many people are there? Okay, there's this guy. This guy. Who's that? Oh yeah, the dead guy. I literally don't have more people than this. Who else could have been in there? Alex always loved, because whenever they want to make something fancy, they just add French in front of a word. See? French is all about fancy. That's why it was the, you know, kind of European language in the past. Now no one likes it anymore. He was above, and he was outside. This is getting difficult. Unless we can find another name or something. But I don't think we can. Oops. Yeah. We already read this. I don't think there was anything else but Mr. Fairplay's name in here. Yeah, no more names. Well, maybe this is actually a W. like I said, but I don't think so. I don't know anyone with W either. And when I checked this cabin, I don't remember finding any kind of evidence. So I don't think I can name anyone. Yeah. Gentlewoman would be dressed in such finery. Ah, I see. Women's clothes are very impractical, aren't they? I agree. Sorry, I wanted to open this. And if I remember correctly, there's nothing I can point into there. Nothing special, at least. Yeah, it was just stuff I needed for the horse. So I don't have a name. Huh, this makes things difficult. Can you? No, I can't! I have no idea! Who could it be? I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Could have been in the other seat, which was out of sight from the witnesses on the roof deck. I have no idea. Bluff. Okay, I will bluff. I trust you. Sure. I will just say it was this mysterious person W or something. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name. Oh, really? You are a fool. My response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. Where did you get that exact same glass again? A toast. To a hard lesson not yet learned. Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name a passenger in the other seat. This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. He has a lot of glasses, I see, so he shatters quite a lot, huh? I mean chalices. Oh, so it has a special name. On the night of murder, person occupying the seat in Omnium's cabin that was obscured from the view was... What if I say Miles Strohart? That would mean my death, wasn't it? I have no idea. Dino, what am I supposed to do? This looks like the right way though, unless... What was it again? Who could be in that cabin, you know? Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, I know what you mean now. Right. Yeah, it makes sense. So I would choose McGilded here because he was in the obscured view. And the attacker, the guy who killed the other guy, is someone else. That's why it can't be McGilded on the seat that is in view. Yeah, it makes sense. Thank you very much. I was stupid. I was very stupid to not understand that. Thank you very much. I didn't read the sentence properly enough. Should have known. The passenger in the enclosed cabin that the witnesses on the roof deck failed to see has to have been Mr. Mr. Magnus McGilded. Mr. McGilded? What are you talking about, Counsel? That's the name of the defendant. Exactly. Because he's innocent. Oh my goodness. The poor lamp. If I what are these words? If I desecrate this chamber by smashing my hallowed chalice, do forgive the discourtesy. Lord Van Seeks. People talk of us tiny island nations in the Far East as having a learning and culture of their own. Yeah, because it was both hands but it was full of blood, it couldn't have been Mr. McGilded. So it must have been someone else. The question now is, who is it? But I see they use the terms ill-advisedly. What are you trying to say? Let me explain in terms that even a student of an artless backwater such as yourself might understand. I guess we're not friends anymore. When the bloody scene unfolded, the victim and his assailant were sitting side by side. Multiple witnesses have attested to the fact. It's the very premise on which this case was built. But that premise may be wrong. What? If the victim really was sitting beside Mr. McGilded, it creates an inconsistency that can't be reconciled in any way. What inconsistency, Counsel? The defendant's gloves, my lord. Both witnesses made the same testimony. They claimed that there was blood on both hands of the person sitting next to the victim. Yet, we know the truth to be otherwise. Only one glove bears the gory remains. The point is, even in the face of this irrefutable evidence, both witnesses have maintained their stance. Yes, their testimony remains unchanged. Exactly, they both adamantly swear that they clearly remember seeing blood on both hands of the assailant. In short, their memory of events is correct, and their testimony reveals the truth. It was somebody else sitting beside the victim that night, a third party we have yet to identify. And the victim's blood was on the passenger's hand, both of them. And who was this third party? obviously the true culprit. Oh, something well done. Extraordinary. Are you okay, Beppo? You're still cold? Order! 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 What exactly are you postulating? Oh, he's even objecting the judge now? The defense postulation is just that. Nothing more than conjecture. Ah, you're useless, man. Witnesses have clearly stated that they saw the accused. But when elaborating on his testimony, Mr. Fairplay said the two of them were wearing hats and I couldn't exactly make out their faces. Yes. The tops of their hands were obscured by the roof. I could see the rest of them though. Yes, that's right. Both gents were most certainly hatted. Hatters do tend to notice such things, sir. Oh yeah, right, he's a hatter. I forgot about that. And? What particular styles of hat did the two gentlemen sport, Mr. First? I'm afraid I don't remember. And you called yourself a hatter? The style of hat makes no difference. There was no third passenger in that cabin. Show me your evidence! How can you be sure? Because if there had been, the accused Mr. McGill would undoubtedly have offered to depose the fact. Unless, that is, you are proposing an even more preposterous explanation. That the accused failed to even notice the presence of a true culprit in the very cabin which he traveled. Well, it's actually the truth because he was sleeping. He told me personally. He's right. There was another person traveling in a enclosed cabin of omnibus. It's inconceivable that Mr. McGill would have been unaware of it. Order! There's clearly a simple solution to this problem. Bring the accused Mr. McGill to the stand? Well, what you say, counsel? The prosecution objects, my lord. On what grounds? As a suspect, he will have already made a full statement to the police. But what if there's some reason why he's unable to speak freely? Magnus McGill is no undedicated ruffian. If it indeed turns out that the man has been withholding information, you can be sure it will have been a most deliberate act. Counsel for the defense, what is your opinion? My lord? Should we ask Mr. McGill it? We should ask him to do it. After all, this won't continue if we don't get more information out of this. Yes, we need to hear what he has to say in order to find out the truth. The defense would like to call Mr. McGill to the stand. In that case, I would like to hear the opinion of a jury. Yes, I need a little time to consider this. If you ask me, I think we should hear what Mr. McGill has to say. Get the man out here, I say. It would be utterly illogical not to hear his testimony. When something needs doing, get it done. That's how I run things at the guild. That's the first time I actually have some amount of respect for these guys. Hearing what the patron of my favorite little park has to say? Yes, that would be lovely. Oh, but, well, why is she so positive of him now? Yes, the jury says the man must be heard. Oh, juror number 1, you have a hard job, don't you? Very well. The court will hear the defendant's testimony. By leave, show the defendant to the stand at once. Yikes, I wonder what kind of crazy guys the, you know, the murderer, if he can silence Mr. McGill. Now, maybe what actually happened that night will finally become clear. I hope so. Let proceedings be resumed. Mr. McGill, have you been listening to the discourse of the day? To be sure, I have, my lord. Oh yeah, right, he's an Irish accent, but I have no idea how it sounds like and didn't check. There are now two matters on which Bacurt desires to hear from you. The first is whether or not there was a third party with you in the omnibus cabin as proposed by the defense. The second is that if such a person was indeed present, why did you conceal that fact from the police? Begad, no, it is not my nature to hide anything at all. Just answer the questions, please. The truth of the matter is, I've been desperate about this all along. Do I tell you all, or keep my mouth shut? Tell us what, Mr. McGill? The fine fellow representing me is absolutely right. And the character in the neck with myself and the other man, there was another passenger. It's true? Aye, and it was me who helped the little urchin get away after it all happened. You... What? No, Marcus McGill. That convenient excuse can't save you now. Truly sorry, so I am, Lord Van Six. I'm sure you'll be wanting to know why I said nothing when I was taken in by the police. I do be having a very good reason, I assure you. Which was? Well, the little child was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and not in any way involved, you see. What? If the police had known the wee one was there, they'd have assumed she had done it. They would have told her into this here courtroom just like myself. I was only trying to spare her that. Young hearts and young minds are easily damaged, my lord. A little kid? And who was this young child of whom you speak? That I don't know. You don't know? Aye, well, the wheat thing just happened to be in the carriage that night. I never saw her before or since. We have absolutely no reason to believe this man. The prosecution calls for a witness's statements to be disregarded by the court. You know, I would be so surprised if the urchin isn't here in this courtroom as we speak. Listen to the proceedings. What? What? Yeah, what is going on? Yeah. Be careful, Mr. Leonardo. Cover your face. Byleaf. Don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. Was he lying? Is he that desperate? A hurry call an emergency recess. Byleaf, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. What the hell happened? We were hardly removed from the smoke-filled courtroom by the Byleaf. And amidst scenes of chaos as people stumbled over one another in their desperation to flee the chamber. We had no idea what was happening. All we knew was that, for the time being at least, the trial was suspended. Oh, okay, I see. So this is how we gain more evidence, is it? But why would they do kind of a terrorist attack? Well, not exactly, but you know, more or less. Okay, let me go to the toilet real quick. I'll be back in a bit. Hi. Where's it? The text. Oh. You can't read it anywhere. Well, you should be fine here. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Well, let's put this away. Alright, so we got a terrorist attack now, or something like that. No one was hurt, maybe. It's just some smoke. But it gives us time to talk with Mr. McGill, maybe. Thank you. What on earth just happened? Yeah, I wonder about that too. Mr. Naruto, I've managed to find out what happened. Mr. Sato, I was taught an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. Yeah, okay, a smoke grenade was wrong, I know about that. Smoke grenade? It sounds like the sort of thing ninjas use. We're just making sure everything's safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like... Yeah, why? Who? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the court, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it's a younger of around 15, I hear. Younger? Then could it be? The other passenger that Mr. McGill is just talking about? My fox, exactly. Oh, he wasn't lying. Oh, what's become of Mr. McGill, actually? There's so many things I need to ask him about, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer some questions. Along with a young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here at the trial? She was taking huge risks and for what's possible benefit to herself. There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. According to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 4 passengers that night at a fare of 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. But now it seems there were in fact 5 passengers. Which means the figures don't seem to add up again. She's right, that is strange. Counsel for the defense, kindly proceed into the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We're going straight away. So far I assume that McGill just sneaked in this girl so she can go home, you know? Without paying too much. Maybe. I'm not sure. Someone must have sneaked her in. Well, whoever she is, I imagine this young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but it could alter the whole direction of the trial. We'll know soon enough, Mr. Sato. Yes! She's always so excited like Maya. And she seemed so mature at the beginning. Well. She's taller than I thought. That's the young girl next to Mr. McGill. Look. She must have been the one who caused the disturbance before. Well, after the rather After that rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Mr. Magnus McGill. Now then, Lord Van Six. My lord. I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which veiled the proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, of the sort typically employed by the army. By the army? Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? No, Mr. McGill, it is just that sort. Poor guy. It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape from the public gallery, but she was caught. Oh, I see, she was trying to escape. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced such pandemonium demonium here in my court room. What is the meaning of his deplorable behavior? Ahem. If I may, my lord? Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here why it is that this wee lass was here in the first place and why she tried to bolt like that. This all tied up with the events of that night, so it is. Very well, Mr. McGilded, give your testimony. You will explain to the court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Hold on, you're not going to tell me her name? Yeah, just what did happen that night? It's not like a defense lawyer needs that information or anything. But still 40? On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then Bigora... A loud thud and a wee scream woke me up with a fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him out on the seat across of me. When I tried to find out where that scream had come from, and bless my soul, what did I find? There was a child in there, all curled up in a ball, hiding her wee self away. He really just slept through the whole thing. But it's okay. He's tired and stuff from work. And he probably does that every night he goes home. He should just get a private one. I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, from what I gather on the night in question. This young girl was indeed riding on the omnibus, is that correct? Just exactly as the defense counsel said. This lass was a fifth passenger, my lord. Are you okay, Naruto? Your back will hurt if you continue that. Very well. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Are you ready, counsel? Yes, my lord. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. Well, we can press him all we want, I think. I was born ready. I wish I was born ready. We should press this. And when you first got onto the omnibus, were there any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty and there was no one on the roof deck either. You are the first passengers where I see. Aye, and that's why I took the back side as I did. This is the most comfortable as it is, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, this is how you already described it earlier. I'm talking about the seat opposite in one in which a poor gentleman who was stabbed was sitting. Like I said, this is the most comfortable where I feel most at ease. And of course, I enjoy gazing through the skylight from time to time as well. Okay. Then Begora allowed fat. Okay. So he fell down. But why spend those blood on the floor? A loud thud, you say, and a scream? Aye, that's right. How can I explain it? It was like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That sort of noise. So you think it was the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor having been stabbed? Well, now you'll remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't like to say. And when the sound woke me, I opened my eyes. There wasn't a soul to be seen in the carriage, but a fella on the floor. You didn't see anyone. But at the same moment, you did hear a scream? Ah, from the seats above you on the roof deck, I presume. Not above me, no, my lord. It was inside the cabin. But I wasn't altogether thinking about that scream. No, I was too stunned by the desperate sight before my eyes. Why would you do that? You set him up? The victim, you mean? That I did on the seat across from me, as I said. I could plainly see the poor devil was already gone. And you wouldn't leave a dead man just lying on the floor now, would you? I would. So the police can investigate properly. Just common courtesy, so it is. I find that a little hard to believe. Ada, Lord Francis, now why would that be? You wake to find a man lying dead at your feet in a carriage. Any normal person would hail a cabman. Any upstanding member of London society, that is. Well, now, as you know, I'm in something of a special line of business. A business of lending money at exorbitant rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful for the help I offer them, and some would even see me dead. So I do try where at all possible to avoid getting myself in the tangle of trouble. Are you suggesting you were just going to leave a man there? Heavens alive, no, I was always intended to report it, so I was. Only I had in mind to find out the whys and wherefores first. The whys and wherefores? Yes, his way of talking is very, very difficult. Right, yeah, there were some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got to Maitland. That wee scream I heard, for example. Wouldn't your good self do just the same? Yes, the scream he says he heard at the same time as the thud of a victim collapsing. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you thought because there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So I did, sir, so I did. As far as I could see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, now there's a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. It came from, if you excuse me the vulgar expression, under me backside. What? So she was stuck beneath him? Good gracious. Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat on which I'd been sitting, I found there was a wee cubby hole there for storage. Good thing you didn't fart. You don't know about that. Mr. Naruto, we can examine the omnibus ourselves, remember? Of course, the whole bus was submitted as evidence. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. This would be a very good time to have a thorough look around inside. That's when I found her. You say she was hiding herself? Aye, that's right. It was hard to see in the dim lamplight, but she was all caught up in the wee ball. When our eyes met, well, me heart nearly stopped beating in my chest. Could it be that the attacker kidnapped the girl, put her inside, and then when she kinda woke up in there while the man was sleeping, McGillet was sleeping, the neighbor next to him heard the scream, so he had to kill him. So he doesn't know about it or report it. And then he continued to try to make McGillet guilty for it. Well, let's see first. Oh, you're really overacting this. Still and all, I pulled her out from under there and sat her on the seat opposite so I could have a weak chin wag with her. Chin wag? The seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman there. You sat this young girl next to a corpse, sir? Well, as I'm sure I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can all too often find himself in mortal danger. So, I need to find out just who this urchin was, you see. And while I was in the middle of talking with her, I heard another scream, a fella's voice this time. Presumably that scream was Mr. First, who was sitting on the roof deck seats. Right you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down through the sky, he must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with a knife in his belly. In other words, the previous witnesses did not, in fact, see you at all, Mr. McGildet. But that's weird. They didn't see a girl. As far as I know. What they believed to be yourself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason? Aye, my lord. I was as I think everyone understands now. Sat with the back of a carriage out of sight. Oh, this is still weird. It certainly is plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive in stature. And readily confused perhaps with this young girl. After that, of course. With a scream of the gentleman over us, the driver realized something was wrong and put up the horses. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events as I explained are clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who's the girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade. Gina Lestrade? Gina Lestrade? Lestrade? My lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here? A petty thief? Where did she get military stuff then? Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you will answer the question. Yeah! How dare you? What is the meaning of this? Oh, she's trying to escape again. Girl, she's gone! Open your eyes. Why did you even do that? I'm over here. Oh no, is she French? What is a French accent like? Good gracious, how? Yeah, seriously, what was the point of this little sidestep? I know what your law... What was the French accent again? I know what your lot are thinking. Is it a French? Grown-ups are all the same. Dirty little dipper, you say, slipped up and got caught on the job. She got herself back into a corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on, that's what's in your ads, and it? Oh, she's kinda cute. No, not at all! Mr. Court of Law, we're here to determine the truth, not wait! Oof. Look, knives are for cowards, only fucks use weapons like that. All I need for what I do is these fingers. I'm a professional, right? Maybe not in your eyes, but I got pride in what I do. Let me guess, you don't count smoke guns among weapons for fucks. Oh, this... Yeah, this is also in the bag I lifted the other day, down where they keep the 4 weird drags. 4 weird drags? It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink vest. Okay, I guess she's still a girl, huh? Oh yeah, true, there's a character called Lestrade. Do not wave that thing in my direction again. I'm surprised she hasn't shot him yet, but maybe he's too scary. So, you admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. It's alright, Glass. You can tell them the truth now. Aw, she trusts him. Alright, yeah. It's just like the Irishman said. Oh, so he really is Irish. The court accepts this girl, Miss Gina Lestrade, as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, we will now hear your testimony, if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened in the omnibus on the night in question. Alright, if I have to. I really can't remember what French sounds like. It's been too long. So I snuck inside the carriage. This is impossible. So I snuck inside the carriage before they hooked up the horses just like always. But it was a right old waste of time. I got nothing to show for me troubles that night. I'll tell ya, I can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch dark in there. Then after a while, I hear this loud bang. I nearly jumped out of my skin. I did. And the scream just came out. It's because of that the swell found me. He did help me to get away in mind. French, let me recall how it sounds like. I don't remember. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand why you would let the street urchin go, Mr. McGill. Oh, it's the simplicity itself, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger. I knew that for a fact. Well, she was in the backseat. How would she get out if she was sitting there? Blue trying for a French accent goes back to Irish accent instead. Exactly, that's the problem. As I'm sure I said before, sir. Okay. I was sitting on top of... I'm getting confused about all the accents now. On top of a place where she was hiding there herself. I think a demonstration is called for. Okay. This is where I sat that night. And the cubbyhole of which you have spoken is underneath the seat, I presume. Why is it empty now? Yes, it does appear just large enough to accommodate someone of a girl's stature. Aye, but of course, the wheelers was stuck in there. Because I parked myself on the seat for the duration. Oh. So you see, that's why I let the last boat. I knew that if the police found her there, they would automatically assume she had done it. But I couldn't live with myself if the young life was ruined when all the time I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your actions would result in your own innocence being called in question. Not at all, my lord, not at all. I knew in my own heart that I was innocent. So I thought it was worth taking the punt on my own good name for the sake of his less fortunate lass. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly be guilty of a heinous crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself of ever adopting you, sir. Wow, he really got a way to talk. With calm and calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. But we haven't reached the truth yet. Well, I'll do what you want. I like this. Sans alive. All 6 members of the jury consensual and were leaning to a verdict of not guilty. Have I already reached the end? There's no way. I still have to find the murderer. Mr. Naruto, this... what it must mean? Must mean what? That we are victorious. Oh, don't worry. Dracula boy is coming to get us soon. We've won? Are you sure? Yeah, there he is. Yikes! Why did you put your foot on there? If the sight of my irony in Wellington offends prey, do forgive the discourtesy. No, why would you even do that? Is your hand not enough slamming the desk that you have to slam it with your feet? Yeah, well, don't you think he looks like a vampire? Van Zieks. It's because I forget his name so quickly. This really is a consummate example of one momentum of flaw in brutish judicial practices. Minus 50 HP on the desk. Pool table. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. Emotion. The witness's latest statements give us clear insight into his true nature. What do you mean, his true nature? Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Obviously, the interior of his cubby, as the witnesses put it, was included in the investigations. The compartment under the posterior seat was full of the coachman's belongings. It's noted in black and white here in the police report. Good lord. The evidence has been tampered with. In order to corroborate Mr. McGilder's story, someone has unlawfully removed everything from under the seat. Oh yeah, I was wondering where it went. Order! Order! How could such a devious contrivance possibly have been effected, Counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the deficiencies of constabulary in allowing this to have happened. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled into the courtroom this morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. Well, my Nipponese friend? Me? When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined it in fine detail as would any self-respecting practitioner of law. Pray, what did you find the condition of the underseat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear this up in a jiffy. Sorry? Go ahead, you tell the court now, fella. How is all an elaborate excuse by the desperate Lord Van Seeks? I'm sorry, Mr. McGilder, but I pursue the truth. You're not guilty. Well, Counsel, do you have something to say on this matter? Well, the evidence speaks for itself. It's not written in here. But we can check by ourselves. Yeah. Oh yeah, there is blood on the floor now. But this is the important part. It's empty now, I see. That's weird. This is the storage compartment, but there's nothing in here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Yeah, it wasn't empty. This is also wrong. That's blood, isn't it? Something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is so obvious, that's all. And yet, Van Seek has made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. I see. That's what Mr. McGilder meant when he said that I should follow his lead. I'm sorry, but I can't. That's not how it works here. How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the state of the little compartment and the seat in the omnibus? Well. I'm sorry, Mr. McGill, but I'll find you not guilty. But with the truth. Not with this. I really don't know if giving this answer is helping my cause as the counsel for the defense. But as far as I remember, at least, when I first examined the compartment, I'm fairly certain there were a number of articles inside it, yes. Are you sure, Counsel? Ada, be whist. What are you saying now, you deaf doll? I thought you were on my side here. Oh, you idiot. You should have trusted me instead of your money. What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? I pursue the truth, and I can find him not guilty without that. In theory. As the advocate for the defense in this trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand. But it seems to me but I should state what facts I do know as clearly and honestly as possible. Have you got some respect for me now, Fanseeks? Interesting. This is not altogether pleasant, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilded. Well, don't forget that you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad. Now then, I guess he really did show his true colors. A fella's memory is a curious thing, and not altogether reliable. No, the court must consider the facts. But where Caballero on the seat is as empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Do you think perhaps it would be in your best interest to admit that you might have been mistaken? Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? So maybe he is being pressured to hide something more. Maybe it wasn't the girl after all. He's trying to protect someone properly. I should like the jury to weigh in on this matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain the smooth running of a carriage. The guild's rules state that the omnibus should be properly and fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't have been empty on the night in question. Beppo isn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecer and the pick purses are lying. Oi! You're changing sides way too much! Uh-oh. I can't believe I was nearly taken in. The stinking rich are always stinkers. Nothing but coats with a lot of them. What? Oh no. It's a trick. Of course it's a trick. Yeah. Can we just stay at 3-3 or something? Quite so. I must go here. Yes, human hearts are easily swayed. Please don't all go guilty. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives clearly at the truth every time. Your truth has changed like 3 times already. Yes, but every time a different truth, it seems. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. Thank you, counsel. But before we proceed any further, there's the matter of the outstanding cross-examination. Counsel for the defense, begin your questioning of a witness, please. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of the trial just shifted, almost beyond recognition. The Reaper of the Bailey is at work, it would seem. Oh yeah, he is. Alright, let me get something to drink for a bit, because I'm dying of all the talking. I'll be back. Let's put this here. I killed it. What? Oh, I see. My OBS is lagging. Well, I'll just trust you not to run away. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Is my OBS working now? Oh yeah, it's not lagging anymore. Alright. So far it seems like we're not even close to the truth, which is kind of frustrating. So I snuck inside the carriage before they opened up the horses just like always. Thank you. So you were already in the omnibus before it even set off on its run? Well, yeah, I mean, what's the point of spending a joey to make a few bob, eh? That's a rum idea, isn't it? I suppose she means there's no point in spending money to make money. It actually makes sense. No, that's how the word works. You spend money to make more money. She's definitely not a businesswoman. Counselor, may I remind you that this girl is a petty thief? Kindly refrain from entertaining her tenants. Well, that does clear up a little mystery of affairs and all. 4 paying passengers, 5 pence apiece, making a 20, to which a cabman testified. And one that escaped grace riding for free. They seem to be friends. A red Concorde driver always goes for some grub before his last run, you see? So that's when I slip into the carriage and get myself in under the seat. Nice and easy, right? But your hiding place is a storage compartment. Full of equipment for the coach, no? Yeah, there's brushes and buckets and whatnot in there, sure. Always chuck all that out and cram it in a corner somewhere. No one ever seems to bother that much. And yet, according to a report filed by the police officer who pressed the rap at the scene, the compartment was full of such paraphernalia. Well, I don't know nothing about that. Like I said, I moved all the stuffs outside of the... hide under the seat, that's all I can tell you. She was probably paid by him, so he just lied. His whole testimony is a complete lie, I assume. It seems we have reached the end of the line of inquiry. Continue. A waste of time? Why is that? Well, most nights I'm on my own and we got permit at least some of the time. I beg your pardon? Did you say got permit? Oh yeah, well, that's what my kind colleague you'd say, the omnibus, I suppose. The point is, any normal run the carriage ain't got no one in it for a while. And that's when you come out of your hiding place and get away. That's it, only that night. This cop was sat on my seat from the start. And it didn't budge a whole way, did he? Not an inch, I was totally stuck. Do you mean to tell us that you were present in the carriage for the duration? You were under the seat the entire time while events unfolded in the enclosed cabin? Yeah, right, mister? Ah, McGilded. Just trust me, come on. Without me, you would have been guilty already. Don't you see the sincerity in my eyes? To be sure, I was as shocked as anyone. You don't expect to lift the cushion you've been sat on and find a child now, do you? So this is Miss Lestrade couldn't possibly be the culprit then. I'll tell you, can't see a blind thing in that hiding place. It's pitch in there. So you couldn't see out of the cabin at all? Not a jot. Most days I push the cushion up with me and look out the crack. Then I can have butchers at who I'm gonna fiddle. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get in the end as plush as the other one, see? So most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, this here Irishman spent the whole journey right over my head. And for that reason, you weren't able to push the cushion up to peek out, I see. Truth is, I am too happy in a small dark place if it's too much like being thrown the clink. But it's the only place to item the carrier, so it's Obstin's choice. Why doesn't she just stick to picking people's pockets in the open then? I'd say there's some reason that she's not letting on, judging from her demeanor. So anyways, I was a bit scared, but I had to just stick it out and there was nothing else for it. Then it gets boring. What exactly does get boring? Her story? Did you hear a notification of my phone? When you say a loud bang, do you mean the noise of someone falling to the floor? How would they make that up? Could have been, I suppose. I don't remember so well. It made you jump, but you don't remember? She sticks with pickpocketing all the time. Oh, I see, it gets boring. And you let out a scream involuntarily. That's right, and when I felt the cushion over me app get light all of a sudden. Presuming when the defendant got up in order to help the victim, yes? Or not. It could equally have been the moment the accused stood in order to stab his victim, could it not? Well, girl, did you see what happened at the crucial moment? Huh? Oh no, another lie. They're lying their way through this whole trial and I need to destroy them and make them cry. And then save them at the end, or what? I pushed up a cushion and had the quick butchers while I had the chance, didn't I? The Irishman was sitting up the bloke what had fallen on the floor on the seat opposite. That matches Mr. McGill account for sure, of course. But then that fella suddenly turns around and looks right at me. I sunk back down again, but it was too late by then. I should never have risked looking. What do you mean being a hero as usual? Just Mr. Naruto's nature. It's because of... Wait, he's not talking? Oh, I see. It's because of that this well found me. He did help me get away, mind. Ah, this whole thing is the total bogus. And when Mr. McGill discovered you, he pulled you out from your hiding place. Scared stiff I was. He dragged me out and sat me down in the seat and all. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his gut. He was still bleeding. When the carriage lurched a bit and he ended up falling onto me. Oh god, she's making it more dramatic. Ugh, how awful. Both me hand. Oh, I see, because they heard the testimony. This is smart. Both me hands got covered in blood. It made me feel sick as a dog. Both our hands got covered in blood must be what the rooftop passengers saw. After that, I believe you talked with Mr. McGill for a while, is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what I was up to and that. When I heard something from above, someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck, I one would presume. But I didn't want no one seeing my face, so I didn't look up. When horses were drawn up, smartish with ear, Irishman says to me, "Get back on the seat, I'll see that you can get away later." All 6 men of the jury had decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear that we are all still very unsure. We could just find out some conclusive piece of evidence among this new testimony. I'm sure we would clinch a verdict we want. Yes, I think you're right, and I have been this niggling feeling. Something that's bothering me, but I just can't quite put my finger on it. I have no idea which one to use. Mm-hmm. Yes. Very true. Hmm. I have to present something, but I have no idea what to do. The other guy isn't reacting to anything either. Hmm. Hmm. What am I supposed to do? I know that she couldn't have been next to the victim. Hmm. Phoenix Wreck Omnibus. Something is missing, I feel like. But I wouldn't know what. We already know about this fakely planted evidence here. But other than that, I don't think there's anything new here. Maybe this one. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Hmm. She's been playing with a gold coin this whole time. Isn't that kind of weird? But I don't know, I can't show evidence either. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I can't put my finger around it either. Maybe I should try to press something again. This is not suspicious. We'll just skim through it. There must be at some point where he must react. But it's hard to get him to react at all. Man, Mr. McGill is really a clever man. You can tell from the way he orchestrated this. Yeah. Pitch black. I don't think there's anything special about this. He thinks money buys happiness. Oh, I see. Oh, that makes sense. If that's why he tries to get as much money as possible. Oh, now he's reacting. Finally. He didn't react the first time. Is something wrong, Mr. McGill? Oh, I do apologize. Was there something the matter, Counsel? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestrade last comments made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to be thinking something to yourself. Oh, no, it was nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lads at all. I remember feeling desperate myself as a young lad, shut up in the dark. It was terrifying, so it was. I see, yes, I'm sure we can all sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark now. Aye, and I don't know about yourself, but I find that darkness seems to make everything you hear seem that much louder as well. Yeah, I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade, did you hear something that night? Anything, an unusual noise, perhaps? Does she make something up now? Not really. An unusual noise. Isn't it weird she didn't hear the victim scream or something? Or was he asleep too? All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. With Jabbas, there's no need to tell the whole world of my foibles, you little scamp. What a pity. Only Miss Lestrade had heard something, it might have given us a vital new clue. Yes. What should we make of the last statement of hers? Seems important to me. My lord, I believe the statement just made by the witness is profoundly important. Profoundly important? But all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is the profoundly important point. I'm almost sure of it. Almost, he said. I'm almost sure that I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern Mind, Council. Nevertheless. Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supplement your former testimony by repeating that last statement, please. What? Supplement? What are you on about? Don't give me all your fancy talk. I know what you're trying to do. What won't work on me? She really is cute. Just a pouty little kid. That's right, consult the judge. Always a good mood. Isn't that weird that you only heard the snoring? So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you yourself? Not exactly, no. Let's wait until later she gets cuter. Really? Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then when I saw the swell getting on, I got Ed down so he didn't notice me. And Mr. McGill sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah, would you Adam and Eve it, eh? What a muck. So when all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out of there as soon as I heard him leave, you see? But would he? Not likely. Even though we stopped here and there, I never heard the door open. Oh... So I just had to stay put and listen to I'm driving his pigs to market snoring like an old dog he was. Oh, he noticed. It doesn't add up. Mrs. Stott, what you have just told occurred is clearly at odds with the fact. Yep. And McGill did notice. At odds? Are you sure, man? Man? Absolutely. And Van Zieks is like, why is he doing my job for me? It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. Excuse me? So Van Zieks realized it too. McGill, come on, please just trust me. Counsel, I must insist that you bolster your claim with evidence, or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect you to demonstrate with alleged contradiction to occur. He's honest. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGill snoring, but think, Ryunosuke, think! This can't be the case! There's something else she should have heard. Yeah, sure, a person should be fine. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. On a particular sound that Miss Lestrade could not have failed to hear on the night in question. The sound very clearly explained by the presence of a following person. If I'm wrong, I'll be sad. Oh, she got added. Oh, she's 17, she's not 14. I was wondering why she didn't look like 14. Price fired Mason? Yes, my lord, the sound that Miss Lestrade couldn't have failed to hear. I don't know, I thought McGilded said she was 14 years old, but maybe I just made it up. Is that of a victim Mr. Mason boarding the omnibus? Order! Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel. Mr. Starr, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on board the omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, of course I was. I got on while the driver was in the pub, did not. And the next person to board the omnibus was Mr. McGilded. That it was. Not that Saul was in the cabin when I climbed aboard. At least not in plain sight. So you were, to all intents and purposes, alone in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus at the time. Did I not just say as much? I wasn't traveling with anyone else, if that's what you mean. I saw him get on, you heard it. Oh no, Banduri. I'll scream later. Yeah, I saw him get on, remember? Through the crack under the seat cushion. He was on his own, for sure. And from what you've heard, the carriage made a number of stops after that on its own journey. During which time did you not hear the door opening or closing at all? Nah, I never heard it. That's actually what I was listening for, weren't I? Waiting for the swell to leave. In which case, when and how did the victim end up in the carriage? We know that the victim collapsed in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus. Therefore, Miss Lestrade's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. You notice. Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord von Zieks. Yes, he knew. He knew all too well that there was an inconsistency in Miss Lestrade's statement. Why is he laughing now? It would seem words of thanks are in order for my learned friend. What are you talking about? Hey, we're friends again. You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable. Her words are convenient untruths, nothing more. He said, right, how could the victim possibly not have boarded the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl is a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. Oh right, I forgot she hates liars. She didn't even say anything. I didn't want to judge the dear little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide lies. Yeah, I know. And neither can I. Oh no, not again! It's the foreman! I didn't want to judge the girl just because she has some less than salubrious ways. But I must say, I cannot abide. Why are you making guilty now? That makes no sense! You're voting for McGilded right now and not for the girl. Why are we so stupid? Why are they so stupid? Mr. Naruto, that's a fact to remember leaning towards guilty. Yeah, I know. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Well, shut up, Fanseeks. Yes, very refreshing. The wine or me? Ah, what are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Easter Amadan? You stupid! I'm not working for you! I'm defending you! You? This is carnage, it's perfect! Jury number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Naruto, where is it going? I know, if we can't find some new way to convince everyone of Mr. McGill's innocence, the judge will rule, and we have lost. Uh-oh. Did I fuck up? I very much wanted to believe the words of one of London's most respected gentlemen, but most of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Please don't. Oh, thank God, I stopped her. Yes, the witness's last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility that her statement is in fact the truth, it may shed an entirely new light on this whole case. What are you saying? Counsel! I'm sorry, sir, whatever do you mean? Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to prorogue my education. Explain yourself at once. I have no idea what I'm doing. But I guess we'll just bluff our way through like always. When the accused boarded the omnibus on the night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door was not heard opening a single time, as testified by the witness in the stand. And yet, the victim's body was found inside the carriage. If this petty thief's words are to believe, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of an omnibus? Oh, Varys. He was in there already? There's another entrance. He was put there after he died. Okay, I need to check the code. They could all be true, you know? This seems like it can open. But I'm not getting anything new from it. And we know for sure the other side doesn't open. So there can't be another entrance at least. That leaves two possibilities. Yeah, just walk in, my goodness. Why can't I just skip this? Okay, this should do. Before the good view into the cabin from the roof deck. It can't be opened from the inside, but it seems like it can be opened from the outside, but why won't I get the evidence for it? Let me out of here! Yeah, you see that? Please say something about that. You idiot! I can't take a closer look, so I'm not sure if you can actually open it. Okay, I'm in trouble. So for sure, he was not inside. That doesn't make sense. She wouldn't go in there if he was inside, you know? And everyone else would have seen it. So, there was another entrance. It's possible, in my opinion, but I didn't get any evidence for it. So I can likely not say that, is what I assume. And I think someone... Okay, no. Forget it. Pebble is unreliable. You could have done anything and he wouldn't have noticed. He was put there after he died. And that would be weird too. How would that even work? There was clearly fresh blood there. And she would have still heard something if there was another entrance, wasn't it? You can't go in? Well, maybe you can. I can just try it. I think you can go in from the roof. But wouldn't that make noise too? If the door wasn't open even once, the only explanation is that the victim entered that closed cabin some other way. No, from the door. From the door? From the door? You mean here? Oh, fuck. No, there's only one door. I don't see where you can climb in there. Open the window? You mean this window? But I can't open it from the inside. It seems like it can be opened from the outside. But I didn't get the evidence for it. You should be able to. From the inside or outside? Because the outside doesn't work. One of the sides. Yeah, here it is. I even see it. Unless I'm supposed to be this much higher. No, this is the seat. Yeah. It's wonderful up here. It must be very cold. I see. Oh, I'm trying, but when they talk about the skylight, but I can't seem to get, or maybe like this. That seems. No, don't alter it. Just let me skip it. See? Am I doing it wrong? It's definitely there. I can literally see it. But we're not talking about it. So maybe I can wing myself through. I wonder what new fantasy would come up with in your blind panic. But behold, the ominous is here all for all of us to see. Oh, maybe I can show it now. Only one side of an enclosed cabin is furnished with a door. The other has only windows. Fixed windows which cannot possibly open, in short. There's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. Wait, but there could be. There's one possibility you haven't considered. Oh, really? Yes. One other way inside that isn't the door. Another opening with the use of which allowed the victim to appear inside the enclosed cabin. Alright, Council. The defense will identify the location for the court. Here's the omnibus on which the incident occurred. Where on earth is this entrance by which you propose the victim entered the cabin? I'm winging my way through, basically. The answer's obvious. It can only have been the skylight. I play the skylight? Wow, I'm actually right. I totally winged it. Your ridiculous proposal almost has me lost for words, however. The skylight may be well be large enough for someone to pass through. So you claim. But do you have a shred of evidence to support your brain theory? I actually don't. Both Mr. McGilded and Mrs. Stroud said the same in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud such as the noise made by someone falling to the floor. Oh, that was him jumping down? Well, this is getting weird. As the sound of a victim falling from a seat having been assaulted with a dagger. Yes, it has, but... would a man slipping from... Oh, I see. The timeline is wrong here. The timeline. This all happened earlier, before the murder, I think. Would a man slipping from the seat onto the floor really have made such a loud noise as the witnesses described? Noise loud enough to cause Miss Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact? Good gracious. Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment that the victim made his entrance into the cabin. No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it. You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight into the cabin? That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside through a skylight, as you say, passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. And yet, not one person made mention of such events in the testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Oh, sorry, I got a call. Hello? Well, that was a quick call. Mike the humble fella make a wee comment here. Oh no, please don't lie. I beg you, please don't lie. Mr. McGilded. To be sure now that the two fellas who were sat on the roof but testified of fall said nothing of a victim fall through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that it's not so much a case of them not saying, but... Aye. It's a case of them being unable to say. Huh? What does that mean? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a compelling reason not to mention what happened. Would you not agree, fine ladies and gentlemen of the jury? What? Oh my goodness, surely not. Those two chaps on the roof? Oh, he's accusing them. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man? No, you idiot! We're not accusing innocent people. You mean the ones who stuck that knife in the man were... Just what exactly are you insinuating here, you bliverer? You rotter, he said. You rotter! What are you insinuating? This is a flaming outrage. I've a good mind to give you a blinker in a minute. He'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. The fair play. You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman and well-respected banker, And me, a very angry hatter. Wow, angry hatter, how scary. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed that man in the guts. It's a disgrace. It's scandalous. It's ugh. I protest. I protest in the strongest possible terms. That's right, I protest too. I bought you, you rotten scoundrel. He's just laughing on the side. Yuri, what the fuck is Van Zix doing? He's just posing there. Order! 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 This is not the time, witnesses. I want to permit this wanton invasion of a stand. Return to the anteroom at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. It's outrageous. It's very hard for you, no? My lord, if I may comment. He really is enjoying it. Go ahead, Lord Van Zix. It was the defense that incited this outburst from the witnesses. My learned friend has seen fit to abandon all protocol and accuse the witnesses without proof. No, wait. I did not say that. That was what my defense said. Okay? Accused? I never intended to. It seems, young Nipponese, that your command over the English tongue is wanting. You proposed to escort that the victim fell through the skylight from the roof deck of the omnibus. That hypothesis cannot possibly stand without rooftop passengers being aware of the events. You have branded these gentlemen liars. You have intimated their criminal guilt. In our British courts of law, that is what is termed a baseless accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. What are we wasting time for? Get them to testify. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid my eyes on the fellow. We have to see this matter through now, one way or another. At least we are interested in the conclusion now. If there's a filth and rubbish in our midst, we must dispose of it at once. Hold it! Say it, you idiot! We still need Mr. McGillet's information. What's happening, Mr. Naruto? Spectators in the public gallery are in complete frenzy. Mr. Fairplay and Mr. First. My lord? You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony in reference to the indictment brought by the defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. McGillet. Stop this. Just tell me the truth. Come on. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. Yeah, that's basically what we do this whole time already. We were the only two people up on the roof deck. Dead or alive, I can swear to that. If anything had happened while we were sitting, don't you think that one or the other would have noticed? In any case, neither of us know the first thing about the victim. We had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut beyond the time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If you're so sure about the victim fell from the sky, where's your proof? Yeah, my proof is kind of missing, you know? I must say that on listening to this testimony, it is somewhat hard to imagine how either witnesses could have performed any malevolent act on this open rooftop deck without the other noticing forthwith. That's right, you see? We're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down if the two of you were in collusion with one another. What? Eh? According to investigation by Scotland Yard, the two witnesses share no common dealings. Ha, well, I don't trust coppers any more than I trust the stinking rich. Something doesn't feel right here. The trial's going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Because it's a lie! Counsel for the defense, over to you. The cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. Well, for now, I think we can maybe check the what is it again? The omnibus, right? Maybe this time we can get, you know, this evidence. God damn it. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, this points at the omnibus. This is annoying. Why? I can clearly see it and I can't use it. This is annoying. Okay, let's proceed for now. Yeah. Sure. Here we're sitting, don't think one of... Yeah, okay, yeah. We must know the first thing about a victim. We had no reason to kill the man. He was a bricks man. Skylight was shut behind the time, so you couldn't possibly open it. Well, this is the only interesting part. Are you quite certain about that? That the skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Man, you're... That right guy is so pathetic. He's just following the other guy's statements. Take a look for yourself. Go on. You see, it's shut fast now, just like it was on that night. So it is. Of course, a fella the size of Mr. Mason could likely break through. It's still a no. What? Oh, I see. He's playing his game. Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand. Ah, now you. Hold on there, mister. The size of the thing means nothing. Not on its own. Let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Yeah, please stop biting your cane. I was trying the omnibus on another occasion when I broke the wind loudly. I shocked myself with it as it happens. This is an unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just meant to say, well, the point is I tried to open the skylight, you see. But just my luck, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone's looking daggers at me, so I went as red as a roach. I did. It's not a candy cane, Dino. You can see it's not a candy cane. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh no, sir, the point is... The skylight can't be opened. I tried, and when I... Pursue. No, Dino, it's not it. It's not. Why would it be black, man? How would you color it? Get food poisoning? Do you have something to say about that, Mrs. Lestrade? Miss Lestrade! It opens. The skylight. That is what we're talking about, right? Oi! Please don't shoot again. All of them skylight opens, that easy. More easy when you can load that weapon? Probably more easy, yes. That's a lie, I tell you. Otherwise, when I broke wind, You can't do it from the inside, you mug. Oh! Look! A few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck of one of them drags. And I had a great haul, I had purses coming out of me, yes. Miss Lestrade, this is not the forum to be eulogizing on the subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I had a bit of scar. When I lifted the last bloke's purse, he got wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I couldn't up off the bus and leg it. So what I did, I used the skylight, opened the catch and jumped right through. What? Yeah, the catch for the skylight is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Bye, leave. Climb up on the roof of the omnibus at once and verify this witness claims. Oh man. Doing that job must be pretty annoying too. I see, so that's why I couldn't find it. Oh, my hat! Yeah, your hat looks terrible. Please don't shoot. See? Order! 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 So it appears that the street girl's statement is quite true. I don't believe it. The skylight opens. And from the roof deck. Is there another door? This could be the clue we've been looking for. Well, counsel for the defense, please continue with a cross-examination. Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Perhaps I should investigate for myself. I guess now I can check. Yeah. But now that the catch has been undone, we should be able to open it. Okay, what does that help me? I have no idea. What am I supposed to do here? What now? Just look inside? You can certainly see inside the character room is opening, that's for sure. Okay. Maybe we'll just go inside and look outside? Look at the edges, Dino says. Hmm? There's blood. You idiot! Wide enough to kick someone like you through, certainly, Mr. Naruto. Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look! Just there! Look at this! That's without question. It's blood! How would there be blood stain here? That means the blood dripped from the skylight down? Are they really guilty? I don't believe it, though. Surely. Can't be unrelated to the case, can it? I guess that's the evidence I need. Or is it this blood? This fake blood. Oh wait, was this blood here before or not? No, I don't think they planned it that well. When this is closed, then the blood should be... Oh, this is so weird. Above you can't see any blood stain, except that one, obviously. Alright. Well, for now, let's present the evidence. What are you looking for? I just looked to see if there was anything else. The night in question, the victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards the victim's body was pushed through the skylight into the cabin below. Both are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug. You can't possibly have any evidence. No, you can't. I mean, we didn't do it. I tell you, it's impossible. It does seem pretty innocent. Irrefutable proof. Here in this courtroom. Counsel, my lord, I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here, Where exactly within the omnibus is this evidence to which you allude? Okay, yeah, I'll point it out. Hey, where's it? There. There you go. By Jupiter, is that blood? He reacted to it. This bloodstain proves two things. Firstly, when the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, The victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my. And so it follows that Mr. McGilder, who was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of his crime. This all is still weird. It doesn't add up. At least their behavior doesn't add up. None of them seem guilty to me. I was so convinced there was a third party. Order! 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 But the blood could have sprayed up there when the fellow was stepped inside the cabin. How the fuck would you do that? And only found its way to one particular spot on the skylight, sure. And that would be very convenient. Oh. And let's keep it in mind that the skylight catch can only be unfastened from the roof deck. I myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? But... There's no way to know for certain, is there, if the giant really fell through the skylight, I mean. Why don't you have a good look at the floor of the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First? Was the blood really there? Didn't they plant it when it all smoked up? It's way too obvious. It's all too plain, if you see. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fella dropped from a fair height right there, so it is. Well, no. But it can't be. It's all... lies. My fellow jury members. I think we can all agree that this is clear proof of our defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes sir. It's clear to me now where the filthy rubbish can be found in this courtroom. So they thought they could pull the wool over my eyes, did they? Am I being played at? I won't tolerate any of the girls' carriages being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that that nice gentleman who gave us that delightful park couldn't have done such a thing. On three then, everyone. 1, 2. No, hold it. 3. Okay, yeah, as expected, Van Zieks. A chilling performance, Mr. McGildet. Oh, and what would you be referring to there now, Lord Van Zieks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight? Such evidence. It's null and void. What? Why? For one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed. What are you talking about? It's there all for all to see and it's clearly blood. I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the character with a fine-tooth comb. So I can state with absolute surety. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least not until this trial began. But... are you suggesting, Lord Van Zieks, that this stain of blood was... fabricated, my lord? Yes. And while this court has been in session... Yes, I know, McGildet, why did you do it? What a palaver. I must say I didn't expect such a crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zieks. But I'm Magnus McGildet, a fella known all over the capital for his fine contributions to the public life. I don't take kindly to slander, and I'll fight to the better end. Even it's drawn off the tongue of a reaper of a belly. Mr. McGildet, I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I'm well aware of your involvement behind the scene in great many affairs of dubious nature. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens where the case you're involved in is investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts? What does that mean? When you wield a fortune the size of Mr. McGildet, however ill-gotten it may be, Nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of crime, bribing witnesses. I toast the ability to concoct the most convenient of stories, sir. Too, Lord Van Zeeks, this will not do, to be sure. Would now, Counsel? Oh, no, I think it's fair to say this does all sound like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. The blood on the skylight didn't exist, you say? But if you will all cast your minds back, is it not true that the omnibus has been in the courtroom the entire time? How could anyone possibly have put a smear of blood in without the word in his wife is seeing? Isn't that right now? Isn't that right now, Counsel? No, there was a moment, I'm sorry. It's true. Omnibus has been in full with the entire time that court has been in session. My learned friend. Pleased to hear your opinion on this matter, in your own words. As you wish. Hey. Mr. McGill is way too smart. Way too rich. Please, McGill, be a good person because I'm really protecting you here. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during the trial? If you're asking me, I think it could have been possible. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. Yes, the truth. There's no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. So we're each other's learned friends now? However, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there's one possibility. Good gracious. Explain yourself, Counsel. Is Van Zeeks actually a nice guy? I'm not sure. Yes, there is. It seems my learned Nipponese friend has no intention of running from his deceit. Deceit? I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly. The recess that we were forced to take. As a result of a smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina led us astray. The curtain was filled with smoke and everyone was thrown into confusion. All of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and all the chaos. It could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Ha 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 ha, I'm totally digging my own grave, ain't I? Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, you rotten, feckless goocher? A feckless goocher? You're supposed to be defending me. This is a wicked plot. This is a plot to undermine me, so it is. Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this curtain was evacuated earlier as a result of a smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. Inconsistencies such as, to start with, the storage compartment underneath the rear passenger seat. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of driver's items. Secondly, we have a smear of blood on the edge of the skylight. As I have said, that was not present at the start of the trial this morning. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zeeks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is the result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt there was not a single person who saw fit to verify such things. What do you think? Sorry? About the omnibus. Is there anything else unusual about the omnibus? Oh. There is? The blood on the floor, I guess? My lord? Yes, counsel? There's one further inconsistency. A mark that surely couldn't have been present at the start of a trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you dare to betray me, you little maggot, you better start watching your back. I'm pursuing the truth, man. Silence, Mr. McGillis. The court awaits the defense's clarification. Grrr. The strike keeps swinging one way then the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. McGillis, just be truthful, please. What am I supposed to believe here? Only the truth, of course. I shall have to ask you to elaborate, counsel. Where exactly is this alleged mark that you claim to appear at some point during the trial? Well, I guess this gigantic blood mark on the ground. I hope. If we consider that the victim fell from the skydeck onto the floor of the cabin, you would certainly expect to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I recall, this bloodstain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought in the courtroom. Good lord. Yes, I do believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although as advocate for the defense, one might say that was a very careless slip of the tongue. Why? I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question is whether that evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, I feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that the evidence is fake. Well, what now, guys? What now? I have no idea how to win this trial. Hi. Oh, he's going crazy, huh? This trial is over. Mr. McGillis? I've done everything I possibly can to cooperate with Kurt, but this is all over now. But you're the defendant. This is over, I tell you. Whee. Memory collection. What people think they saw. This is all nonsense. The facts are what counts. The fact is that bloodstain is there now. Well... And over the curse of his desperate trial, long and extreme drawn out as it has been. But good-for-nothing Reaper of a Bay has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so I am. I thought I was better off with lad than Seeks. Well, my lord? Just let it pass. Just let it pass. I must concur with the defendant where unaffirmed recollections of an individual cannot stand as evidence. At this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence. The gas? You're still talking about the fart? And in the absence of any credible method by which to prove its alleged previous non-existence. I regret to say that it would be improper for this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious. Lord Van Zieks, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Very well. In that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed to my education. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What formality? As things stand at the moment, it would seem that Mr. McGill will be found not guilty. Yes. Which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really alright for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Yes, my lord. Now this is getting complicated. Is he really guilty? But I really think he's innocent. Did he really stab a man? I don't believe it. I don't believe so, at least. Actually, does my choice even matter? I believe him to be innocent, but I believe that the case is different. Dino's just smiling. This is weird. I would just go for innocent then. Let's hope I didn't fuck up. As Mr. McGill's legal representative, I can't breathe. The air in here is stifling. But I'm this man's defense lawyer. There's only one thing I can say in this situation. I believe the defendant, Magnus McGill, to be innocent of the allegations brought against him. Thank you, counsel. He really needs his drink now, doesn't he? Here's to you, my Nipponese friend. Poor naive Blue. I fucked up, didn't I? And the most abject closing I have yet to hear in court of law. So will I get a bad end now? Order! Order! Now he's laughing. Oh, it was a grand decision to appoint you as my lawyer. So it was a grand decision. Okay, he's guilty. You've saved one of London's most influential gentlemen, fella. You should be proud of yourself. Here, have this for your troubles. Oh my goodness. I think it happens regardless. Oh really? Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? It's just as the right honorable gentleman so succinctly put it afore. A trial cannot go on anymore. And your closing statement there was, how did he put it now? Nothing more than a formality. Oh, I see. So no matter what I say, it doesn't matter, huh? Is he guilty? Yeah, none of her testimonies make sense. I really don't know what to make all of this. Was the evidence we've seen genuine or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any unsightly rubbish should be disposed of promptly, as I said. Thinking rich are always guilty of something. You, mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever adopted that lovely man who gave us the lovely park. So, how can this be turned around? Now that proceedings have unfolded in this way. I'm compelled to declare a premature end to his trial. Furthermore, the court must accept the defendant's plea. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of his court. But we still haven't determined if a bloodstain of Omnius is genuine or not. We don't know if his witnesses are telling the truth or a pack of lies. We have no idea about the truth. Lord Van Seeks. My lord, the case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution set forth for allowing such disgraceful perversion of justice to take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord. But wait! When we were advocating from the courtroom, Lord Van Seeks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot shunt responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair. The culpability of a defendant has not, at the present time, has been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Seeks, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? This will law of the land, my good man. If you'd like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. I feel like Van Seeks would try that. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you have more to say to me, have you? Just one thing, a warning. This is far from over. Well, something to be looking forward to then. Wahahaha. He won, huh? I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. Why do I get one bitter case after another? Give me a fun one again, please. When can I be ever happy? This sucks. Can't believe it. This is an outrage. We should have examined the evidence more. What are you talking about? This man's cleared. He's innocent. I see. In the past, they didn't have a rule that you can have like 3 days to end something or to check for more evidence and witnesses, huh? Unlike in the current games. The courtroom in Pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict. My first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end, with the defendant being found not guilty, ostensibly a victory for us. So Dino, will there be a trial where I'll actually have a nice ending for once? I think that's probably stuff Kazuma wanted to change. Oh, right. The responsibility, huh? I think he would have won one way or another. Actually, no, he wouldn't have won without me. Because I stopped the jurors from going crazy. Don't you like these unhappy endings? Since when did I like unhappy endings? I always like happy endings. Yes, you like them, I know. That certainly was a long trial. Ah, yes, it was. Your first ever trial on a 4 in saw and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. Yeah, he would have won anyway. Ah, I should have made him guilty after all. I guess. This is complicated. My heartfelt congratulations. And to you, Mr. Sato, thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. Trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't that wrong? I mean, who was actually responsible for Mr. Mason's death? If anything, I think you slowed down the process. I think I slowed it down? Oh, man. He kept manipulating the evidence the entire trial. If anything, you slowed down the process. Oh, man. Really? I'm just a doll for him, huh? Bad guy. I'll get him guilty. With that Zeke's, I guess. He's my new friend now, I guess. We don't even know that. The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carry out your duty to perfection. Hey, that you did. Will I? Mr. McGill did. Please tell me, are you guilty or are you not guilty? Tell me! Ah, and that goes with him too. Well, it seems the stories are true. Oh, what stories? But the 6 enormous fireworks they do be letting off when there's a verdict of not guilty. I'm sure you must have seen them now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I'd heard it was a sight to behold, and to be sure it was. And I've you to thank, I suppose, for having an opportunity to see it. Wahahaha. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? How did I walk out of there a free man then? Because you manipulated everything. I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight talking fella, aren't ya? I must say you had me a strain we had there once or twice. But you're young and headstrong. Wahaha. And 'tis water under the bridge. It's totally not water under the bridge, is it? Congratulations, Mr. McGill, on having your name cleared. Nothing's resolved. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh? Aye. They've all seen that I didn't do that odious obscene deed. This grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now then, the fine fellows of Scotland Yard can take matters in hand and sort out any wee details. We'll see for what it is. We'll get to the truth. I have absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, I do be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Wahaha. It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I can't possibly accept that much. Ada, be wise. You're a humble person, are you? You're from the East? Can't you see I'm Japanese? Well, if you insist. But have it still and all, you deserve a reward. Mr. Magnus McGill. Everything is ready, sir, if you'd like to follow me into the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? 'Tis sooner than I was led to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir. There was some changes to the schedule. Well, I must be making right tracks now. This time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? We're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. They are going to examine it again? Now? Naturally, I'm under no obligation to take part in any more of this matter now. But as an upstanding member of London society, I do be doing my best to help where I can. This is a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. It was an absolute pleasure meeting yours. I hope you have a way of a time while you're studying here in Great Britain. If I would have chosen guilty, would have Yonosuke said guilty or would he have said innocent at the end? Oh, hey, Panda. A way of a time. Oh yeah, a way of a time. You're right about that. A damn dark way it is. And there he goes, a free man. Hey, the cute kid is here too. Oh, I forgot she was here too. You can't remember. How you doing? I'm doing better. I had my second shot lately and I was super dead from it. But now I'm okay now. I think he does generally believe that he's not guilty though. Yeah, I also generally believe he's not guilty. Hold up, is she legal? No, she's 17, she's not legal. Don't move, don't move? Whereas I want to say get a move on, she really does take forever to load that thing. Miss Lestrade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're grown up. Sorry? And I ate all grown-ups. Ah, there you are. Who? Wow, we also have a lolly girl in this game, huh? Of course we have the obligatory lolly girl. Naughty running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? I'm taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the try run of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! A bazooka! Oh, do you want to play? You won't beat me. Oh lord. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull, don't you agree? White, and more white. If you have to be shrouded in smoke, it could at least be a pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? Like, at all? I just took my eyes off for a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus and she pinched it. Luckily, I fitted with a telegraphic beacon. A what's it what? I have no idea what this girl is talking about. Wait, is this girl legal? She doesn't look legal, but she could be a lolly grandma. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What for? To apologize, of course, silly, to my technician. Ew, not with pink-haired Brad. What? You mean say sorry? Must say sorry when you've done something wrong. Surely an audit has taught you that before. Nope, not legal either. Okay, not legal either. An adult? I don't listen to adults. Come along then, follow me. Oh my goodness. Fine, have it your way. Oh good, you see, I knew she would want to do the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that's what she wanted. That what she wants is not to get shot by that massive gun of yours. Oh, she does have graceful movements. We'll be leaving now then, bye-bye. But bye-bye? I'm sorry for all the fuss, okay? But you didn't tell me your name? She was a lively one, yeah, true. Well, do you think perhaps we ought to be on our way too? Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh, we haven't had time to find a place to stay. No sooner had we arrived in London than we had to rush here. All our traveling cases are still with it, I believe. I was originally planning to spend today in search of lodgings, but at this late hour in the day, I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry though, I have a plan. If worst comes to worst, I've heard of a lovely park where we could spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of McGilded Park. I know it may be a little chilly at this time of year, but our youthfulness will see us through. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze a young person's soul just as easy as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Well, don't show me that cute face. She looks like a puppy now. I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilded down. Yeah, you should have. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. A And so the trial to determine my worthiness of a study tour was over by the end of our first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there were more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. I guess we'll see him again, Mr. McGilded. A church? Oh, that's a problem. Who's that?
私が駆けつけた時にはもう現場検証が始まるまで立ち入り禁止のはずではないか。
Someone's inside?
まさか中に誰かいるのか。
Judge, are you okay? He's such a nice guy. Can't be having an injury at his age. Oh, he has a scar. I didn't notice. And who was inside there? They won't reveal that? Alright, I guess that's the end of it. Of episode 3, The Adventure of the Runaway Room. Of course I'm going to save. And this is also where I will end the stream. This was something. So many things happened. This is such an unsatisfying case. But I guess maybe the fire will be next. No safe speedrun when? No safe speedrun! I don't think I can speedrun without knowing all the answers. Oh, it was unsatisfying, but maybe the next adventure will be better. Maybe our fellow, Herlock Sholmes will come to aid us. That way we can probably find the truth of the matter. He's pretty smart after all. At least he's in the icon, as you can see here. So he'll definitely appear in episode 4, I think. And next will be The Adventure of a Clouded Kokoro. Kokoro means heart, so The Adventure of a Clouded Heart, I guess? Yeah, probably because of the consequences of his trial. Yeah, that's how I felt too, but I had no one to talk to when I played it. You could have written it in messages to me. Some way or another, but then I would be spoiled. Not with that attitude. I think, yeah, Ace Attorney is way too long to speedrun. I need to read all that too. But it is an interesting try to just do it. I mean, I didn't do any mistakes, I think, so even without saving, I would have been fine for this case. But I think when we come to the last case at some point, which is, I don't know, episode 5, speedrunning will be very hard. I like watching your reaction. Good to see that you're having fun. Okay, it's getting late. I'm getting hungry, so I gotta go. Thank you guys for watching. It was really fun. It was a very annoying case, but I had fun playing it again. I still have to see when I can stream again, but I'll try to make it as soon as possible. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see each other in the next stream. So have fun and bye bye! Bis dann, yeah. Bis dann.